Hello everyone and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Now you can see that Barbie has been doing some crafting, and here in 2026, Barbie and I would both like to do some more videos about crafting for your dolls. And so today I thought we would look at an easy way to make some decorative candles for your doll's home. So what we're going to do is I have a couple of types of glue sticks. This one is a thinner type of glue stick, and this one is a little bit wider. And we have a couple of different ways that we'll do that. First of all, I'm going to tilt my camera so that you can see what I'm doing on my craft mat a little bit more easily. And we are using my larger Fiskars crafting mat. I'll put links to these below in the description. So first we'll re-angle the camera. Okay, so you can see what we're doing a little more easily here. And so we have our glue sticks here. This one is a little bit crooked, so I'm just going to pull it out a little bit to make it a little bit straighter. And I have my X-Acto knife. This one is actually by Westcott. And it's a good idea when you're using an X-Acto knife. First of all, a reminder, always have adult supervision when using sharp objects. But it is also a good idea to use a fresh blade so it's nice and sharp. One thing that we say in Scouts is that you are more likely to cut yourself with a dull knife than you are with a sharp knife. So keep that in mind. So we have a nice fresh blade on this X-Acto knife. And as you know, I've been saving different items that might be considered, quote, trash, so that we can use them for crafting in our Barbie home. And I've been saving the caps from different types of lip balm, and these would make good decorative candle holders. And another option would be to just cut these glue sticks and then you can have them displayed in your Barbie home, and a nice simple craft that you have to hardly do any work for. But we're going to try to make our glue sticks look a little bit more realistic as candles. So remove our protective little sheath here, and just a little measurement of about where we want to be on our glue stick. I'm just kind of eyeballing this, and I'm going to carefully cut through. And try to keep this nice and straight so that it will be flat for our candles. And it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. Okay, so that took a little bit of work to get through, but we've got a nice little candle shape. And so we could use this just set aside in the Barbie home. Oh, forgot you can't see that since we don't have that part of the Barbie studio focused right now. But we could use this as a little decorative candle here, and we could cut one of these thinner glue sticks a little bit taller. These do take a little bit of work to cut through. There we go. And so we could make a little display with our candles and have those in the Barbie house. And I have a couple of different lip balm lids here, so I could put my candle in there to make it look like something that Barbie would have in different parts of her home. But if I want to make this look even more realistic, I'm going to add a wick to my candles here. So we have a couple of different options to do that. An easy thing to do is we have some of our bamboo toothpicks. If we can. Okay, it's easier to just pull one out than to try to shake them out through the little hole there. And an easy way to do this is to take our bamboo toothpick and put the pointed end of our toothpick into the sliced part of our glue stick, wedge it in really well, and then we're just going to cut off the end of the toothpick here. There we go. We have a nice little candle here, complete with a wick. Another option to do that, we can take some white thread. First of all, we'll use this little candle here. We can take some white thread and a needle, and we're going to carefully poke the end of our thread into our glue stick. Let's actually make a little hole in our glue stick first. Didn't quite get that in the center. Alright, it's easier for me to work when I'm not looking directly through the camera here. And I'm going to cut that off so that I've got a nice little wick for a candle. And another option would be to take your hot glue gun and melt your glue stick down a little bit and then use a black thread rather than the white to make it look as though Barbie has actually been burning her candles. And another option, if you want to be able to have the wick for the candle, but you don't want to try to poke the thread in, and a thicker thread would probably be easier to work with and look a little bit more realistic for our candle wick here, is to get some small birthday candles. So here we have a nice Barbie pink candle. And I have the cap to another tube here, and it does have a kind of narrow inside so that we could put our candle in here, but it's still wider than the candle. So what I'm going to do is to use a little bit of mounting putty at the bottom of this little cap to hold our candle in first. But first I am going to try to decide on a good length for our candle, and again I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to cut that off. I think this should be a good length. Yes, that's not bad. And we'll put just a little bit of the mounting putty at the bottom of the candle to hold it in place. Another option would be to melt some hot glue and put that in the bottom of your cap to hold it in place. There we go. So we have a decorative candle for Barbie. And I have some smaller caps that we could also use to be candle holders here. Let's get Barbie a yellow candle as well. So we have some nice little taper candles that could be used in the Barbie home. So one way that we could display Barbie's candles for her, I have this lid from a canister of hot chocolate. This is something that we showed in a previous crafting video about easy crafts that you can do for your Barbie home that don't require any work. I'll put a link to that up here. So we can put the candles that we've made for Barbie here. And let's cut a few more for her. And another option, in addition to using the lip balm caps, these toothpaste caps also make good candle holders for Barbie. So let's cut a few different lengths of these glue sticks. These wider glue sticks do take a little bit of work to cut through them. Let's do a shorter one as well. So we can have different candles for Barbie. And if you do cut your candles, your glue sticks a little bit crooked at the bottom, you can just use your hot glue gun to melt them a little bit, and then you can flatten out the bottom, or also use that to hold them in place if you want to have them displayed in your Barbie house and not risk getting things knocked over. I know that happens quite a bit with my Barbies. No matter how careful we try to be, sometimes things just get knocked over. And here is our toothpick. So let's put a wick in this candle that we've made as well. I'm not very good at getting these in the center. Here we go. We'll cut that one off as well. And these little toothpicks are good to use for different things when you're crafting for your Barbies. You can use them to help mix paint, or if you're working with hot glue, they can help you to be able to shape and move the glue around so that you don't accidentally burn your fingers. And you can also use bamboo toothpicks to build different things in your Barbie home. So here we go. Here are some candles for Barbie to use in her home. And our little crafting project didn't take terribly long and didn't require any special supplies. We did use our X-Acto knife and a few other things that we had easily at hand. And tweezers can be another good thing to use when trying to put the thread or the toothpicks into your glue sticks for these candles. So let us know in the comments what you thought of our crafting video here, and if this is something that you would like to do for your dolls in your Barbie home. And Barbie and I are hoping to do some more crafting here in 2026. So let us know of any other crafts that you would like to see us attempt. Just leave a comment below and we will try to incorporate those into our videos. And we will carefully set our candles here. So thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of our Barbieverse. And be sure to ring the notification bell. It really does help our channel to grow. And once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you'd like a chance of getting a shout out in an upcoming video, just comment below with the hashtag InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in our Barbieverse. Bye-bye!